The man could tell at a glance. The stone picked by the rich lady was actually worthless, but the boss standing next to her kept praising her for having a good eye. He even claimed it was a top-quality stone, with a high chance of revealing a priceless gem, so he rushed to convince her to buy it, saying it was only $3 million. The rich lady thought that price wasn't too bad, so she was about to pay on the spot, but the man stopped her right away. He warned her not to buy that stone no matter what. Unexpectedly, the rich lady didn't appreciate it. Instead, she yelled at him to shut up since he was just a driver, and told him to leave the keys and get lost. Seeing that the man didn't argue, he simply put her card and the keys on the table, then calmly told her he would pay back every cent he owed her. But that stone was definitely worthless. After that, he turned and walked away. The boss sneered as he watched him leave, mocking the man for knowing nothing. But the moment the stone was cut open, the whole room went dead silent. Just like the man said, there wasn't a trace of green inside. The rich lady's face turned pale instantly. She finally realized how badly she'd misjudged it. Meanwhile, the man who got kicked out had already arrived at the royal pavilion. Ever since he accidentally gained X-ray vision, he'd never really used it to make money, but this time he decided to take a chance, just to raise money for his sick father's treatment. He started digging through a pile of scraps. The boss reminded him those were all leftover junk, but the man said he was only interested in those. Just as he picked one out, a rich kid and his ex-wife walked in. When they saw the man, they came over to mock him, saying a blind guy had no business gambling on jade. But when the man's stone was cut open, its value had quadrupled. Even so, the rich kid didn't care. Then the ex-wife stepped up and said divorcing him was the right call. The man immediately told her to return the $300,000 she owed him. The rich kid jumped in and challenged him to a bet. If the rich kid lost, he'd pay him $300,000 and buy the man's stone at 10 times the price. The man agreed without hesitation. Just then, the chairman came out to personally judge the match. The ex-wife stood on the side and sneered, saying the rich kid came from a family of jewelers and grew up around jade, while the man knew nothing, so he wasn't even in the same league. But the man said anything was possible. Soon the rich kid picked a stone, and it turned out to be a top-tier glass jade worth tens of millions. The rich kid thought the man was finished, but he didn't flinch. Instead, he asked the boss what kind of stone could top glass jade. Upon hearing the words imperial green, the man immediately started looking for it, and finally set his sights on a dull-looking rock, but he didn't have the money to pay. The rich kid loudly declared that the man had lost, but in the next second, the rich lady stepped out from the crowd. She paid for the stone without hesitation. The stone was quickly taken to be cut, but what came out left everyone completely stunned.